basically, the ranking is, if you're talking about like the single biggest ranking factor or something like that, is that what you're kind of aiming for?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as far as organic rank and SEO goes, I don't think there's one single biggest factor. I believe it's a combination of things. Mainly it's the entrepreneurs learning and understanding the core marketing methods and then applying them consistently to their campaigns.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the methods I'm talking about are obviously articles and article marketing, but also videos and podcasts, press releases, bookmarking, social media. Unfortunately, most people take these apart and treat them separately when in truth they're an integrated marketing unit. So if you're asking about how the system works that we use is, naturally we start with articles because I'm a writer. That's where I'm comfortable. Some people like to start with videos, but we need to create content for our sites, anyway, for the start of SEO. So we generally write an article, and then we obviously post it to our site. And then what we like to do is actually take that and turn it into a video script. You've already written it, so you can use your article or the bullet points from your article to create a video script. And you can create a video script from that article. It gives you another piece of media. Then you can strip the audio out of that into a podcast. If your article or your content is newsworthy, you can take that and put it into press releases. And then we actually take that and we distribute it. So we use systems like Unique Article Wizard. And to be honest, we use other people's networks as well. Just because we have the Wizard doesn't mean we don't use some of the other systems you mentioned, because they're completely separate networks. It's like radio advertising in your locale. You may not like country music, but that doesn't mean your customers don't. So you want to talk to all your customers, not just the ones who listen to the same station you do.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. It's good getting link diversity, and again, it's just not providing any real sort of, what's the word I'm looking, footprint, because you're spreading it out over multiple networks and making it even less sort of connected. It's just a whole variety of links from a whole variety of different sources. So you start off, obviously, the first stage being now you're starting to build the content for the site because you've done your keyword research, and you'll write an article, post that article, and then for the distribution, and you talked about the video script and that sort of thing. Do you have in your own business, is it a set procedure system, almost like this just happens every time we launch a new site? First thing, they get at least one article written, at least one video is turned out of that, and then that is then taken and posted into blog networks and things like that.
Absolutely. Actually, it's funny you asked that. I'm just actually in the process of putting the final touches on a report on this exact topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not selling it. It's just another added value we're going to give to our clients. But, I'd be more than happy to let you have the link to give it to your subscribers as well.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So after you do the Unique Article Wizard, and there's a whole lot of other different ways to generate links as well. I'm curious to know, do you focus in on anything other than, like you mentioned, press releases and things like that? I'm just wondering how sometimes press releases are going to apply and then other times they won't. Are there other things that you do? Do you ever look at directory submissions? Do you look at any of those other sort of ways to generate links, blog commenting, or just interested to see the process that you guys apply, or if it's just the blog networks is a big part of it?
No, actually, we, like I said, we start off with an article because we need to create content anyway. We take the articles to go down that avenue. We take the articles, put it through the directories. We do manual submissions to some sites. We use our services and we use other people's services as well. And then from there, like I said, we take the content of that, and if it's applicable to the product, we create a video video script from the article, from the bullet points. Create a video for that, and most of the time you can strip the podcast, the audio out of that video and use it as is. Sometimes it doesn't make sense without the visuals, so you have to do a re-record for the audio. But you're right. It's just getting diversity out there so that all your customers are not coming from articles and not coming from video. They're coming from all different sources. But then from there you want to take it and you want to go and do your bookmarking and do your social media and Twitter. Let everybody know that you've got new content to give. So the big thing with us is, and that I try and teach people when they ask, is the three big things are consistency, quality, and diversity. Stay consistent with your marketing campaign. I know we've talked personally for quite some time, and you know that I'm involved in a lot of offline businesses, especially car dealerships. It's consistency in your advertising campaign that brings the customers back to you and stuff. And it's no different online. You need to stay consistent. Unfortunately, a lot of times we take too big of a chunk of things and we say, okay, well, video is really hot right now, so I'm going to put out 10 videos this week. But then the end of the week comes and we've only got 2 done. We think we've failed, and then we just kind of quit. Do you know what I mean by that?
I do.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. So the thing is that I like to tell people is, do things consistently. Do one article a week. Make it quality. Turn that into a good quality video and send that out and diversify with it and send out your podcast. And then, then do your backlinks and your RSS and your commenting and everything, based on that. The big thing that I'm into is the sticky marketing. I like content that stays there for a long time. I like it when you can go back and you can look for your video that's 2-3 years old and it's still there and it's still drawing in viewers. Or you can go back and you can look for your articles that you did 2 or 3 years ago and they're still there. They don't disappear. They're nice and sticky is what I call it.
Yeah. With those sort of things, and I know you talked about it's all about that consistency, and I can see the process of some of those different things that you do. The actual workflow when it comes to implementation, is this something that you have so systematized that you've got outsourcers handling it, or you're launching one of these sites and then you're just saying, right, as part of launching one of these sites, I need to go through this process?
We have outsourcers do quite a bit. I mean, we outsource a lot of our writing for starters. Generally, depending on the product, we will outsource, the videos, for the Unique Article Wizard stuff where we want to be involved in it. We naturally do the videos for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, outsourcing is good when it's applicable. You can't outsource everything, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd be over in Australia with you.
Which we'll have to do one time. I know the mountains over here aren't quite like you've got over in Canada, but some of our mountains are worth skiing, so we'll have to
Absolutely.
that one time. Yeah, well, I think as far as like you mentioned, okay, some of the outsourcing and then trying to manage that, I'm trying to have an understanding as to how it actually happens over at Unique Article Wizard or even in your own business. Okay, if you're outsourcing, is that something then that you're managing the assistants and you've got an assistant that works on each individual thing, where an assistant who's your article person, an assistant who's your video person, and when the time is right, you just say, I need 5 articles written on this particular thing, or where applicable, this article now is appropriate for video. Like, how are you actually managing it from a day-to-day point of view?
Very badly. Sorry, I got to be straight up. I mean, we're so busy with so many different projects. We like to we have everything on a systematized sheet, literally, where we can go down the check boxes. But getting them done sometimes is a bit of a challenge. I mean, things pop up. We run a fairly large business, and lots of meetings happen that are unexpected and such. And when a call comes in from a big JV partner, you kind of drop everything. So. Yeah, I'll have to say this is like the parent that says, do as I say, not as I do. And that we have a great system that works, but the execution of it sometimes, as you know, when your business gets bigger, the execution of it sometimes doesn't happen. And Noel and I are still very much hands-on that, we like to know what's going on and where it's happening. So we've outsourced a lot of the tedium to it, but we like to make sure that, things are being done our way. I guess a little bit of control, I guess you can say.